Hello friends, welcome to your virtual field study with me, the elementary school art teacher, Miss Franz. This is the virtual field study for kindergarten all the way up to 7th grade. That means yes, this is the field study for K 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 8th grade, you have your own field study about the High Museum of Art in Atlanta. So if you're watching this 8th grade, you can stop and go find your field study. Everyone else, stick around. We're going to go through the elements of art. I'm going to show you the website that you'll go through, and then we'll talk about what you're going to be doing. So for some of my students, this is going to be old news because we're going through it right now in your classes. You are learning the elements of art. For some of the older students, 6th and 7th grade, this should be a review and a reminder in case you may have forgotten what the elements of art are. The elements of art are the building blocks of art. You really can't have them without, you really can't have art without them. They are what is in art. They're what it's made of. They are color, line, shape, form, space, texture, and value. And I'm going to give you a quick run through on them. Color. Color is what the eyes see when light is reflected off an object. You can see the color wheel with what we consider to be the 12 main colors, but there are lots and lots of variations in between. The 3 primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. The secondary colors, purple or violet, orange, and green. And then the tertiary, which means 3 colors, which are colors like red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, purple. Those are the ones that go between the primary and the secondary colors. Line is a path created by a point moving in space. If you take your pencil and you just make a dot, you just made a dot. But if you take your pencil, make a dot, and then you keep moving, you've made a line. Line can be described in many ways. We've got wavy, curly, zigzag, vertical, horizontal, straight. Those are all ways that you can describe line. Shape is a 2D area defined by an enclosed line. If you just draw a straight line, you've just drawn a line. But if you draw 4 equally sized straight lines that connect back together, you've created a shape. We've created a square. You can see that it is 2D. 2D means that it is flat. It is on a paper or on your screen or something, and it is flat. Form is the 3D version of a shape. They are objects that are 3D, or have length, width, and height. They can be the 3D versions of a shape, or they can be things like a sculpture. Space. Space refers to the distance around, between, above, below, and within objects. It can also refer to the positive and negative space. Space can also refer to the feeling of depth in a picture. This picture does not have a lot of depth, but it does have good positive and negative space. The dots on the left, the circle on the left is the positive space because that's where all of the dots are, and it lets you focus on it. On the right side, the empty circle is still the positive space because that's usually where you look first. The rest of it around it is the negative space. Texture. The way things feel, whether real or implied. Real texture is what something really feels like. And implied texture is just something that it looks like it would feel. You can't feel how spiky that cactus is, but it looks like it's real spiky. You can't feel it because it's a picture. But if you were actually feeling a real cactus, then you could feel real texture. And then value, the light or darkness of a color. Usually this is created by light striking the object or the artist imagining light striking the object. These are 2 forms a triangular prism and a sphere, and they're not real objects, but we've pretended that there's a light hitting it from the upper right. You can see that the lightest value of the color, which in this case is just going to be white, is the closest to the light, and where the shadow falls, which is the farthest away from the light, it is the darkest version. So let's do a quick exercise with what happens when you put them all together. You put them all together and you can help, and it helps you create artwork. This is the Mona Lisa, or La Gioconda, by Leonardo da Vinci. It is arguably the most famous painting in the world. Most of you have probably seen it by now, even if it was just somebody making a parody or kind of making fun of it. You've probably seen it somewhere. So let's talk. What part of the painting do you see first? Now, most people are drawn to her face first. That would make her face the positive space. Everything else that's around her would be more like the negative space. That's not saying that it's bad, and that's not saying that her face is good. It's just where you look first. However, there are some people, like I was talking to my husband, he sees the background first, and then he looks at the woman. So tell me, just tell me, you don't have to write it down. What do you see first in this painting? Good. What elements of art do you see first? What catches your eye first? To me, when I see this picture, the value, the darks and the lights that he painted are what I notice first. It's not a very colorful picture, so it doesn't have anything bright that steps out at me. There's not a lot of bold lines. His lines are very soft, they're gentle, they're not easy to pick out. So I don't see that much. She's not a particular shape, but she is a form. She does look 3D, so that would be maybe the third one that I notice. But space is also important for her, to me. She looks like there's a feeling of depth to it. It looks like she's sitting in front of a landscape. So the space stretches out into the background. It looks like it gets smaller. But like I said before, it was really her value, the dark and the lightness, that I noticed first. So tell me, what elements of art do you see first? Good. And how does the artwork make you feel? This is an opinion piece. That means you can tell me how you think about her, how you feel about it, I should say, the painting. Does it make you feel calm? Does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel like there's a mystery? Does it make you feel like it's boring? It's up to you. Artwork is how you respond to it. So that was our exercise. That was not your assignment. Your assignment, first, you're going to go get your STEM journal. Remember, you're going to write my field study notes and the date. Write what your field study is about, and your grade will have specific instructions. But before we do that, we're going to talk about where you're going to explore. This is part of the Walt Disney Family Museum. This is their virtual exhibit. You are going to, it's not the Small World one because it says that one's not yet there yet. You're going to scroll down to the World of Tomorrow, a virtual community art exhibition. This is a virtual gallery hosted by the Walt Disney Fund, the organization, excuse me, and it has artwork from people of all ages and all over the world. So you click on Learn More, and it will take you into a 3D version, a self-guided tour of their artwork or their gallery. So I'm going to show you how to do this. If you click on anything and you move it around, you'll be able to move your camera But if you want to move forward, you have to find a dot, and it moves you to a new place. So I'm going to move to this dot, and now I'm going to click on this wall and move it to the right. You're going to get to look around, and you are going to see all of this artwork around. But that's not all. If you go to the artwork and you click on it, it will tell you, it will enlarge it, and it will tell you more information. What is this called? It's called The Order. It's by Maureen Shields from San Francisco, California, and it is a paper collage, or it's a collage on paper. You can close that. You can move. There's another one in here, so we're going to move around and we can look at this. You can look at all of the artwork. Let's see, we'll click on, oh, there's a dog. This one, Dog with a Bone by Wendy Christensen from Sunnyvale, California. Digital, using the iPhone and Photoshop software. So you will get to, see there's a dot, I'm going to click on it, explore this gallery, and you are going to look through the pictures. If they do not immediately work, try going forward a step. There we go. And finding it. I will show you, I think, some of my favorites right here. So you're going to get to explore the gallery, and you will find out there's actually a lot of rooms, and very interesting to me, if you get into this corner and you turn, there's another little dot down here. This takes you upstairs, and you can see that you are above the gallery. So there's a lot of artwork to look in here. There's some that are made. Remember, all of these have to do with the future, what they think the future is going to be, either like or have. The future can be filled with anything, so why not giant cats? So, what you are going to be working with is you are going to be using your grade-specific prompt to do your field study. Let's go through these. Kindergarten, choose a picture that makes you feel happy. In your STEM journal, write down the name of that picture. Draw something that makes you feel the same way. First grade, choose a picture that makes you feel something. This can be happy, sad, excited, hungry, playful, something. Write down one sentence why that picture makes you feel that way. Draw something that also makes you feel the same thing. Second and third, choose a picture that contains something you don't like. Write down one sentence why you don't like it. Draw a version of the picture with a change of the thing that you don't like. So for that last picture, if you don't like cats, draw what you think might be a good thing, a good giant thing to have instead. Fourth grade, choose a picture that you feel is missing something. Describe what you think is missing. How could this thing make the picture better? Write 3 to 4 sentences about why you feel something is missing and how the picture could be changed by having that thing. Fifth grade, choose a picture that contains a subject that is different in the future from today. Again, going back to the giant cat picture, that's different. We don't have those right now. Write a paragraph about how you think this change came about. You can be creative and write a story. How did this change happen? How fast does it happen? What other changes are necessary to make that first change? 6th and 7th grade, choose a picture that communicates an idea. Write a paragraph about how this picture has helped you understand this idea better. Write about how it has influenced your opinions on this idea. 7th grade, choose a picture. You're going to describe the picture. You're going to identify specific elements that you see in that picture. Next, write about how the elements relate or influence the principles of design that you have been learning about. Remember, all art has the elements and all of the principles to some degree. You should be easily able to find more than one. So that is your virtual field study for today. Thank you for coming along with me on this little journey. I am going to put a Nearpod presentation up with this as well, so that you will have all of this information written down, so you don't have to keep the video going. You can look through the Nearpod and it will help you. You can just stop on the slide that lets you know what you need to do. Thank you guys.